Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. I hope that you are having a wonderful week so far. I am really happy to bring you some sales from a variety of platforms. So all of the platforms have been performing pretty decent for us, and that includes eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy. So quite a few sales. A lot of them have been higher dollar, which is going to be the video I do on Friday. Today is just those everyday items that are going to be a little bit easier to find that sell under $50. I will tell you where I found them. I will tell you what I paid for them and how long they took to sell. I don't know if I already said that, but if you do not know, my name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. I have been reselling full-time since 2022 and off and on since 1999. So I really love sharing the information with you to help you find more things to build your reselling business. And I'm going to go ahead and share all those with you right now. All right. As always, I am starting off on the behind the scenes of our eBay store, showing you our sales chart. Today, we are only at 111. You can see we've had quite a few lower days this week. We are down 19% now from the last month. I knew that would happen, and you can see over here, we're getting ready to drop almost $1,000 day. So I bet that 19 is going to go up unless we have a really big sales day later today or tomorrow. Now, yesterday was okay. We did 608. And then Sunday was only 170. Saturday was 520. So for the week, we're only at 2,000, but we're still at 13,000 for the month, which isn't too horrible. However, over the last week, I was not listing as much because Dalton's birthday party was this past weekend. And actually, his birthday is today, the day that you are watching this, which for me is tomorrow. We will be at the Tampa Bay Rays and White Sox game. And actually, if you want to watch it, we're only sitting a few rows behind home plate, and we'll probably be on the TV for the whole game. So if you want to go watch it, check it out, and you can say you saw me there. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to show you eBay first, then we're going to hop to Mercari, Posh, and Etsy and show you what's been selling over there as well. First up is this Express dress shirt. This one I had listed for over a year, and I don't know if I priced it too high. It was new with the tag. It did end up selling for full price, though, for the $44.09. It just took a year to sell. I paid about $10 for it, so it's about a $26 profit after the fees. I got a lot of Express, and there were a couple other brands that were new with tags, and I paid up. I thought they would sell fast. Some of them sold around the 4 to 6 month mark, but the other ones are taking a little bit longer to sell. And I did purchase those from an online estate auction. Next up is another one that took a while to sell. Not overly, though. This one took about 6 months, which for daguerreotype is not bad. So this one is of a nun and a half case. This one sold for a best offer of $45. I paid $10 for this, so this one's about a $27 profit. And you can see here, I just had the half of the case. I did not have the other half. These will still sell, and I got this in an online estate auction. It really depends on the subject matter in my experience. Like this one is a nun, so I think that one did a little bit better than some of the others that I would normally price around 50, even though I did end up taking under 50 for this one. Next up is another full price sale. This one took 10 months to sell. This is Bochat Contact Dive Thins. And I did put open heel. These I actually got at the thrift store for, I believe it was $2.50. I think they were $5. I got them half off. So they did take a while to sell, but they did sell for full price at that $29.99, making them about a $22 profit. I don't pick up a ton of snorkel and dive stuff, but there is some that is valuable. I don't think this one, $2.50 into $30, is a bad sale. It just took a little while. Check the dive and snorkel stuff, though, because there definitely are some brands that are more valuable than this one. Next up was a very, very fast sale. And I want to tell you, Garnet has been selling very well for me and for decent prices. So this one was listed less than a month. It's a vintage garnet beaded necklace. I did put faceted stones and brass barrel clasp. Sold for full price, $34.99. I paid $5 for this, so it's about a $22 to $23 profit very fast. So keep your eye out for garnet. This one's not sterling silver. It's not gold. It is just a vintage garnet beaded necklace, and quite a few garnet pieces are selling pretty high right now, so keep your eye out for those. Next up is another one that took about 10 months to sell. This is a Vera Bradley Harriet Kisslock floral. This is a little wallet though, and I accepted best offer of $20 on. Picked it up for $2 at the thrift store, so about a $13 profit after fees. I will pick up Vera Bradley if it is priced fairly and I look it up. I actually might at some point do a video on Vera Bradley because there are some Veras that are worth paying up for. I know for sure one of them is going to be the Vera and Disney mashup. So watch for that and definitely look them up if they're priced fairly. If they're priced higher, you're going to definitely want to check it. I don't pay up for very many Veras. Next up might take the cake for how long it took. This one took over 2 years. Took a 55% off offer to sell it. It did sell for just shy of $19, but I only paid a few dollars for it. So it's only a $10 profit. This is one I would have thought would sell faster. Now, this is Princess Rose by Spring Made. It's sealed, new in the box, and used sheets have sold faster than this. I'm not sure why this one took so long. You can see here we accidentally put our SKU. This is the box where it was at in the title. So a little bit of wasted title space there that I might have been better able to fill with keywords. And I did buy this one from an online estate auction. Next up is one that took about 1.5 years to sell. This is a vintage Levi's denim jacket, size 46. I did put retro trucker jean pockets distressed, sold for a best offer $49. So not horrible. This one I picked up at the thrift store for $5. Still about a $37 profit, but took a long time. This is another one I figured probably would have sold faster. It didn't. It was a bigger size. Maybe I could have put like extra large or XXL in there. You can see it actually was made in France, which is interesting. So I'm happy that it sold and happy to get it out of here. 1.5 years to sell, and also took a 55% off offer. This one sold for $22.09, but I got this in a big buyout from somebody where I bought a ton of stuff from them. I actually was less than $1 into each item. So it's still about a $16 profit. And I might have been able to get more than that 22 if I'd priced a little bit lower and it wouldn't have taken as long. I couldn't find one exactly like this, so I did price up. Beautiful big serving bowl. It's 14 inches. It looks like it's recycled glass. This is one, if I did entertaining, it's something I definitely would have kept, but I do not do that much. So I went ahead and sold it, and I'm glad to have it gone. Next up was a really fast sale. This one sold in just a week. It is a vintage brass and black beaded elephant necklace. I did put runway and statement because this is kind of big and bold. I accepted a best offer of $42. I only paid $5 for this, so it's about a $31 to $32 profit. Again, very fast in a week. This one was purchased in an online estate jewelry lot, which is where I get the majority of my jewelry. Really pretty. You can see there the brass and copper, and I didn't put copper actually in the title. And that's something that I think might have attracted a little more attention, but it sold in a week, so I'm not complaining. Really, really neat necklace and a really great sale. Up next was another fast sale. This one I got in an online estate sale, picked it up. It was in a big lot, only paid a couple dollars for it, and it sold really fast for $39.99. So this one's an African-American bathing beauty. I put sunbathing with beach ball figurine, pink and white. full price and about a $30 profit. Very, very fast. And she actually was just from TJ Maxx and from 2020. So we did take the TJ Maxx sticker off, but you can see the 2020 there. And quite a few of these were actually selling around this price point. And I think originally at TJ Maxx, it was only about $20. Spring dinner napkins. These are cloth. I did put spring in there twice. I was misusing my title space there. That was a waste of space. These sold for a best offer of $17. Took a little over a year. I paid $2 at the thrift store, so about $11 profit. I still pick this stuff up because really napkins folded don't take up a ton of space. They're easy to list. They're easy to ship. And I tell you guys all the time with the linens, they are really hit or miss on how fast they sell. Next up, you saw this once before because I had two, but we sold the second one. The second one also sold for $25. This is a Dallas Cowboys NFL Poncho Serape. I think that's spelled wrong. I think it's S-E. I might have spelled that one wrong. But both of them sold really fast in just a few months. I got these from an online auction. I'm under $5 in. They're about a $15 profit. So here you can see it laid out. It almost looks like a blanket when it's just laying there, but you can see that slit to go over someone's head. And stuff like this I really like. It wasn't that high of a profit, but with two of them, I am making decent profit, and it's just a single listing. Up next is one that took over a year to sell, and it took a 55% off offer. This is an RC Gorman Tile. It sold... Oh, actually, no, it sold for full price. I was thinking it didn't. It sold for full price, even though it took a year. I absolutely love RC Gorman stuff. So I put Southwest Art 8-inch tile, Saguaro, Cactus, Native Woman, and Pottery Vintage. I have sold RC Gorman prints. I've also sold the tiles. There's a lot of RC Gorman work out there. So sold for full price, even though it took a year. I only paid $5 for this. And it is going to be about a $25 profit. Here you can see it still had taped the information. And it looks like this one was somebody's Father's Day present once upon a time and ended up in an online estate auction where I bought it. Took over a year, but still a really good profit. All right, that was our last eBay sale, and now we're moving on to Mercari. This is a Max New York signature black quilted patent leather tote, purse, coin, wallet set. So I accepted 15% off on this. It took about 6 months to sell, sold for $29.74. I got this in an online auction for about $5. So it's about a $20 profit after fees, and did sell over on Mercari. And here you can see the photos we took. It had a little bit of wear, not a ton. It was still in decent condition. There is that key fob, and you can see some of the patent leather definitely could use some work. With stuff like this, though, I don't put a ton into it because the profit's not high enough to really justify that to me. But this one was a good sale, and I was happy to get it over on Mercari. Apparently it is purse week over on Mercari. This is a Multisack black faux leather crossbody. This one I accepted a best offer of $20. This is another thrift store buy. This one was $5, so it's about a $12 profit after fees. This one took a few months to sell, not too bad. And I like picking up the Multisacks. They're not really fast sellers, but typically I can get them lower cost. You can see this one did have wear. What I like with Mercari is they're pretty good about not allowing returns as long as you photograph and notate any defects that are on the item. They will not let the buyer return it, which is a nice thing compared to most of the other platforms. Next is a vintage Italian micro mosaic guitar or mandolin. This is micro mosaic glass. I put signed brooch, pen, gold tone, 21.25. This one sold really fast, only a couple of months. I got this in an online auction lot for $5, so it's about a $13 profit after fees. Here you can see these are bigger pieces of glass, meaning it's not one of the really old ones. The really old ones have tiny pieces. You can see that it is signed Italy there, and it is right under 2 inches. So pretty fast sale and a decent profit on this one. Next up is a Vive Cleico Champagne Pink Rose Bottle Carrier Insulated Tote Bag. This one took over a year to sell, but I got it for just $1. The payout was $28. I did take a little lower offer. It's still listed because I have multiple of them. That's why it's showing the full price. So $27 profit on this one from Poshmark, which is really good. I think we've sold one on eBay as well. So it wasn't the first one to sell, but definitely a really good profit. This one I actually got in that same lot that I got the seashell platter I showed you earlier, where I bought a ton of stuff from one person. So just that $1 in. Now we are moving over to Etsy. And we have quite a few Etsy sales here lately. I'm really happy with that. This is a set of 2 Mexican Talavera Cobalt Blue Bird Bowls, and they sold for $39.99. Really pretty Talavera bowls. You can see here, there's that Mexico signature on the bottom. And these I picked up at the thrift store. I'm only $5 in, so they're about a $30 profit, and they took about 6 months to sell. Next up is this vintage Jim Beam Kentucky Derby emerald green glass decanter ornate stopper barware. This one sold for $39.99. I got this in an online auction lot for only $5. So this one's about a $27 profit on Etsy. And here you can see this is a beautiful decanter. I did not know this was Jim Beam until I used Google Lens. I do not see Jim Beam on this bottle at all. If I'm missing it, you let me know. I do see that KY for the Kentucky Derby, and this one sold in about 4 months. Next up, these sold pretty fast. These sold in only about a month and a half. It's a set of 1960 or 61 Apache 10 Chevrolet truck hood or nameplate emblems. They were original, and these I got in an online auction for $15. So these are about a $17 to $18 profit, but they sold pretty fast. I did expect to get more for them. That's why I paid up, but when I did the research, it just wasn't there. So I think something really important to point out, even if you pay too much for something, that doesn't mean you can charge more, because the market's not going to command that price for you. So I'm happy they sold, and I'm happy they were not a loss. Next up is a sterling silver braided herringbone entwined bracelet. This is another one that I thought would sell for more than it did. It sold for $19.99, but I did comp it fairly well, where I'm confident that that was a price that is what it was bringing, unfortunately. So I only paid about $5 for it though. So it's still about a $11 profit. There's that Italy. It sold pretty fast. Again, I comped them quite a bit, and they just weren't bringing more than that, unfortunately. So I'm happy to have had it sell so fast. Next up, I actually have sold quite a few of these. This is a vintage Mexico sterling silver globe or world piece. It's a little chime. It's super cute. It sounds cool. And I've found these multiple times. So definitely remember this. There are quite a few out there. Sold for $50. I only paid $10. So it's about a $33 profit after fees. Really neat piece. They're really easy to identify. They're not overly heavy. And there's the Taxco signature there. You can see in the 925, and a good sale on this one. And I am happy with it. It sold in under a month. All right, that was everything. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what was your favorite item that I sold, or if something surprised you selling fast or taking forever. There were a couple on there that surprised me. They took so long. Don't forget on Friday to tune in, because I am going to be showing high dollar, and we actually have had more high dollar over on eBay than we have had these bolo ones, or bread and butter ones. So definitely keep an eye out on Friday for that one. I really do appreciate you watching. Hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you on the next one.